This is my review of Assassination Classroom, and we're starting right now. Watashi no namae wa Tokintoku desu. Welcome to the channel, Manga Noob in this bitch. I finally finished Assassination Classroom, 21 volumes. And I'm not gonna lie, at the start it was a bit hard for me to get through the series, but I'll explain that more at the end of this video. So what's the premise of the story? Well, the premise of the story is that you have this fucking guy right here, Koro Sensei. It's not a guy, it's an alien or something like that with a big rounded head. He looks ugly as and he destroys a part of the moon and all that. And then he ends up teaching this class. I think it was called the E3 class or something. It's like, these kids are not that great at school. I probably would have been in that class anyways too. I would be a part of them. And in this class, he wants his student to legit actually kill him. And he's given them 1 year. And if they don't kill him in 1 year, he's gonna destroy planet Earth. So this Koro Sensei guy, this alien, and all that, he has all these special powers, man. He can move freaking fast and everything, you know. They try to kill him, he just evades everything. This guy's freaking amazing. You can't with this guy. This guy's fast. Imagine if this story took place right now, COVID-19, when you have teachers teaching you through a screen and all that, and everyone's all online, and then he's telling you to try to kill me, and you guys can't do shit. Well, then Earth would have been destroyed, and we would have been all. Koro Sensei is a funny guy. He looks like some sort of an octopus, half this happy face looking guy. That's what he looks like. The thing about the story is that you wonder, why is this alien in this classroom? Why does he want to teach these students to actually become assassins? He's given these students a year to kill him. That's the whole point of this whole story, basically, throughout all 21 volumes. So, as I was reading this and everything, you know, when I first bought the series, the box set and everything, Assassination Classroom, I knew right away we're dealing with a classroom, we're dealing with school, so that was not a good thing, but I got it for very cheap, so that's why I ended up buying the box set. I wanted to read it still because, Assassination Classroom, you know what I mean? I'm thinking that's my type of classroom. I don't want to be I don't want to be writing no, you know what, I don't want to be doing none of that stuff in school. I don't want to be in school, I don't want to be in no classroom. But to be in an assassination classroom, I'm down with that shit. In this story, you're dealing with a lot of characters because you got all these students and everything in this classroom. So at the start, I'm thinking, okay, this is overwhelming. There's a lot of characters now I need to know with all these Japanese names, and I need to memorize everything. So I'm like, I don't even know how I'm gonna even do this. I don't want to have to go and tell you more than that. You know how I do my videos, everyone. You know how I do it. No spoilers, none of that stuff, right? I'm gonna be honest though. Now listen to this. If, for example, I was buying this series, but I didn't buy the box set. I was just buying the mangas individually. I think probably after second or third volume, I would probably dropped it. Since I had the box set, I felt like I had to read the whole series, but I had a hard time the first couple of volumes. It was just, I wasn't vibing with the characters. I like Koro Sensei. He's a funny character in the story though. I love how he's portrayed in the story, in the mangas. I love everything about him. He's a cool character. But I gotta say, more towards the end of the story, it does end very well. It actually has a very good ending. I think it was really well done, you know, and the characters, they go through a very good development, you know, throughout the whole story. But there's so many characters, so, you know, at the start it's overwhelming, man, you know what I'm saying? But like later on, you do see it. Like there was a lot of development throughout the whole 21 volumes for all these characters. I actually made a video. This series was actually included in that video, where it was a video about mangas that I almost dropped. And it's because I had a hard time with the first couple of volumes. And not just that, there's a lot of f***ing reading. Death Note has more reading, I'd say, but this one's like very close to it. There's a lot of reading. So for a series that's called Assassination Classroom, I was sure there was going to be some reading, but I was hoping there'd been some killings too. And there wasn't much of that whatsoever. I was hoping to see a lot of action, everything, you know, all that stuff. And there is, but it's just like so much reading. There's like so much reading, and I'm like, that first couple of volumes, that's why I almost dropped it. I was going crazy, man. I was going crazy, and I'm thinking I want to read something else because like I don't have the patience, man. And I'm reading mangas. I know I get it, but this is why I'm reading mangas, and this is why I don't read books, because I can't read books, man. The books. I'll read mangas though, but this has a lot of reading. So at the start, with all the characters, and I'm not vibing with the characters except for Koro Sensei, of course, but it's really the ending that does a very good job. And one of my friends actually watched the anime, and he was starting the anime and he dropped it right away. He said he didn't want to watch the anime. He said that he couldn't vibe with this. He couldn't vibe with the show. And I told him I couldn't vibe with the mangas too. We had a conversation about it. But I told him, you know what? I said, give it a chance, because at the end, it does get good. I have to say, more towards the end. But that's my problem, because if you're buying the mangas individually and you don't like that first couple of mangas, you're probably not going to be able to make it to the end and know what happens at the end. But I had to read all of it because I had the box set. I wasn't gonna let it go like that. It's the same thing with Claymore. I had the same problem with Claymore. I had a hard time reading it, but because I had the box set, I felt compelled to read the whole thing. I had to. I can't just drop it, you know. That's how I am. I'm like, I want to finish the series, you know. Like, I want to go one at a time. I don't want to go and start reading 3 different series at once. No, I want to stick with one and read throughout the whole thing. But it actually took me some time to finish the series because it was just that first couple of volumes there. I was really having a hard time. But the way it ends, it's like perfect, very good. I do also think that the art is actually pretty well done. I think it's really good. I like the art. You know, I didn't really have any problems with the art. I think it was well done. I think there's a lot of funny moments. There's a lot of, you know, like everything. I think it was well done. I liked it. I think it goes well with the story. It goes well with the whole thing. You know, is it the best type of art I've seen? Well, I don't think so, but I think it's actually up there still. It's pretty good. And when it comes to the characters and all that, quite honestly, I didn't really care for any of the characters at the start except for Koro Sensei and Mrs. Vitch, or doesn't matter. But other than that, you know, like later on, you start to actually appreciate the characters more because you get to know the characters. You see them develop very well, actually, from the start to the end of the series. So, but I could say at the end, it was actually well worth it, but it was hard and I was very close to dropping it, but I'm happy I got to finish it. At the end, I really love the character though. Koro Sensei, really fun character, really fun. The way he tries to develop his class to become better assassins and everything. I mean, it was pretty well done, and I got nothing to say because that ending for me was, until now, is actually one of the best endings that I read out of all these mangas I read until now. I think so anyways. That's what I think. I think it had a really good ending. Now it's about the rating out of 10. How do I feel? Now you know how I do it. I always go with the other mangas I read and everything, and I think it out like that, right? I know I'm not giving this a 10, and I know it's not a 9. My One Punch Man, I'll put the video right up there right now. I gave it an 8, One Punch Man. So when I was thinking, I'm like, that first part of the manga, I wasn't vibing with it. You know what I mean? What would have happened if I didn't buy this? The box set. Would I have continued the story if I only had the first 2-3 volumes? I don't think so though. And that's the problem. But I had the box set, so I felt like I had to read it. So when I think of the score, I think also about, what about Claymore? Claymore, I gave it a 6, but now when I think about it, I would probably give Claymore maybe a 5 out of 10. Which if you want to watch that video, is right up there. I gave Claymore a 6 out of 10. I gave One Punch Man an 8 out of 10. So now we're in between these 2 mangas that I read, and because it's not gonna be under 6, because the way it ends, Assassination Classroom, I mean, it was really well done. I quite honestly, I was surprised. I actually liked it. Perfect ending. I can't say anything about it because of the starting. And if I was buying them individually, I would probably not continue the series. But since I had the box set, I was able to finish it and see the ending. And the ending is, I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it for the ending. Because of that, I feel like it can't be 8 out of 10. So I'm thinking, is it a 7 or is it a 6? It's really hard. But you know what? I think about it now. I think I actually would give it a 7 out of 10. It's a 7 out of 10. F it. We're going 7 out of 10. I want to thank my subscribers, the viewers, and everyone that's new to this channel and all that. And for the people that's wondering why this channel's not growing, is because these videos are not for kids. If it was for kids, then there would have been like motherfucker and all that shit. So, you know what's up right now, right? You know what's up right now. It's time to flip the page.